Welcome everyone. We have 2yrFlipper joining us, talking bonds. He's on a short stick here, guys. So we are hopping on quickly, and he's going to share until he can't, and that's it. I'll turn it over to you, Flip.
Wow, wicked market moves lately in the fixed income started. I don't even know what day the PIMCO thing happened. But September was actually a phenomenal scalping month for me personally until, I don't know, the last 5 days of the month. So last Monday and Tuesday was a phenomenal trade. And then Wednesday, I hit a brick wall on Wednesday that has basically continued all the way through today, where I think 2 out of my last 7 days have been green. And it's been pretty ugly. Yesterday might have been one of my ugliest days ever. Just over trading, it's just been so wicked. And it's so easy to lose track of what you're doing when you're scalping in the fixed income space. The volume was absurd yesterday. I want to say the 2 years we clocked in over 500,000 contracts when it was all said and done. That's not volume you usually get in the 2 year unless it's during the treasury roll. And, we just whipped it out on the first day of the trading month.
I mean, you think the volatility is just associated with what's been going on in the equity market?
Yeah, I don't know how much involved with the equities it is because, ever since the PIMCO stuff came out, and I don't know why we broke on PIMCO. Joey. Daddy's on TV. Here, you can come sit with me. Daddy's on.
Hey, Joey.
Ooh. Uh-oh. All right, wait. Let's see. Let's fix this.
Uh-oh.
Here. Okay, you can say hi. Can you see us down there, Joey?
Hey, Joey.
Say hi. Hi. Okay. This is one of the kids I'm watching now, but the other one's still sleeping. So as far as what's going on, I don't think anyone really expected that PIMCO break. The 2 years we broke. God, I'm so messed up in my head with how many prices we've been trading. But I want to say we broke 5-6 full ticks on that, or over the course of like 2 days, and then starting yesterday we rallied, so it was starting Tuesday afternoon, and I had a horrible day trading Tuesday, and starting Tuesday afternoon, I thought it was the breakout, what they announced Tuesday afternoon, the Ebola breakout, whatever the breakout was. We kind of rallied on the month end, on the 30th, we rallied like a full tick. And I'm like, it can't be because of that. And we just continued to rally all day. Well, if you look at the open interest in the 2 year, the 2 year yesterday lost 110,000 contracts in open interest.
Wow.
Which is a significant move until you really look at what open interest is in the 2 year. And the open interest in the 2 year is 1.65 million, I want to say, 1.65 million. So we lost 110 of it. But for the 2 year, that's more than we were on the treasury roll this past one, which is, I want to say, 300,000 north of where we normally are. Here, you got to get down, dude. Okay. Watch out, your hand's still stuck, dude. Okay. So, as far as what's going on with the fixed income, you have to follow what's going on with the 2 year, because the 2 year open interest is dictating what people's long-term positions in the market are. The break on the month end was predicated by a huge fund. So that was the 30th. They unloaded, I heard, about 150,000 red Eurodollars in one click, over the course of 3 or 4 over the course of like 3 contracts, and that happened at about 7:28. And if you look, I want to say, I'm going to mess up my months here. I want to say it was the D's contract. I might be wrong on this. They hit the 91.5s and shot them straight down to 90. And you could just see the amount of people that got picked off on that move. And that was Tuesday. And I don't know if that was before. But like I said, it's been such a rough. The scalp's been so rough for me. I'm losing track of days. like you wouldn't even believe. I don't know
No,
when
I
they.
mean, honestly, I don't really trade the bonds, but I trade equities and I follow the bonds. Um, I think going back to your first comment, I think they announced gross leading was Friday. I thought it was Friday. Maybe it's
Okay, you're probably right. Then it was Friday.
um,
That was it.
then I saw they had huge redemption numbers come in. I want to say 350 million was reported Tuesday, and then another bigger number was reported today. I have no idea. Kind of the numbers are flying by, and they're a little bit meaningless to me. I mean, I know that they have well over $1 trillion, in the market.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, obviously, when that happened Friday, and you know what? You're right. It was Friday because Friday morning I was actually having a decent day, and I remember getting steamrolled. I mean, it was one of those things. Like I didn't know what the hell I was doing, and I just kept trading and trading. And every trade I put on, I was just watching my P&L go lower and lower and lower, and it's just not a good position to be in. I mean, I want to say I think from Friday morning to the end of Monday was Tuesday the month end. Tuesday was the 30th.
Right.
Yeah. So Tuesday, I did well on the month end, but that just like literally that was kind of like throwing a little Band-Aid on a cut that needs, like on a gash. I mean, it temporarily stopped the bleeding for a couple days. I am not trading non-farm payroll tomorrow. I am taking the day off.
Oh,
I have no opinion about it. I don't do well, and based on the volume that traded yesterday, I did entirely too many round turns yesterday. On top of not trading well, on top of my servers going down when I was caught short the Eurodollars, on top of a whole bunch of stuff, the servers went down. So if I'm not trading bad enough, I don't need the servers to go down to piss away more money. That I can't control.
That was your servers, not
it was my clearing firm servers.
clearing firm servers. Okay.
Yeah, I already had. I mean, they said, well, my clearing firms moved us to like 6 different servers in the last, and finally, I made a stink about it today, as well. A few other people I know that got caught. I mean, when the servers go down, I understand it happens, but it inevitably every time it happens, I'm never short as many Eurodollars as I was short yesterday when they went down. I was having a bad day. I was over trading. I had a decent position on. And what happened was the servers went down for the CME products, which was the Eurodollars, but the 2-year, the CBOT products, they stayed up. So when the market rallied, I had my offering on the 2-year. I got lifted on that so I took off half the spread that I had on, and the other half I was laying naked on, and I'm just sitting there like, well, if the 2s are going up, I can't see what the Eurodollars are doing, but I'm looking up at the big board. I'm like, I can see they're going up, but I can't see, and I'm like, this isn't going well for me.
Yeah, not a comfortable feeling for sure.
So, it is what it is. I mean, there's nothing you can do about that trading-wise. But, as far as, I'll go on my hiatus. I did leave Twitter. I will not be back tweeting about the markets anymore. I found it was just costing me too much money. There's a day I was tweeting something, and I missed the king of all trades, and I was just livid. And I just said I can't do it anymore. I do follow a certain amount of people, but I won't tweet anymore. And I mean, I'm fine. I go through this. Every trader goes through this where you're ultimately the responsibility lays with me as a trader. Every decision I make, it's all on me. But when you have a bad day, when you miss something, you want to blame anyone but yourself.
Right. Well, no one wants. I mean, I have to tell you, I feel similarly to you. I've really kind of limited my tweeting primarily to early mornings, kind of when I'm getting up and assessing the market, and some late day stuff, occasionally, and then primarily just talking sports,
Yeah, and you know what? I do that. I actually created a new Twitter account just to follow the baseball playoffs because I'm a huge baseball fan. I'm nuts about it. So, and that's just what's on that stream. and then I threw a couple fixed income people in on there just to follow. But in general, I've pretty much been staying off of it for a couple days, just because, yeah, like I said, it ultimately lies on me. I'm the one who decides whether I want to tweet or not. I'm the one who wants to look at whatever. But you know what? I got the cavalry here. Hold on a second. I'm going to switch locations here in a second here.
Not a problem.
Okay, come here, Alexa. What's wrong? Come on.
We got real live stuff.
Hi. You're okay. Are you okay?
Real parenting.
Okay. You know what? I'm going to go upstairs for a couple minutes and I'm going to cut it short. So give me a second here.
No problem. Anyway, folks, we've seen a lot of volatility today. I came in short.
I'll be 2 more minutes.
Not a problem. I was short IWM coming in. I hit a sell target, sold it, and then just didn't make another trade all day. I talked with my brother and just didn't touch anything. And I watched it. Couldn't find anything.
Okay, I'm back now. Okay, so yeah, all the kids got home from school here, and our house is we sold our house. It's whatever. It's a pain. We're moving. It's not fun. It's not a fun time.
Mayhem.
Moving sucks. Anyways, just about the fixed incomes in general. A few big things. One, we changed the rule in the 2-year. Those rules take effect on Sunday night. I've read the rules. I kind of adapted how I've been trading differently, so it shouldn't affect me all that much. I saw what the rule change was. I figure it could affect me somehow how I trade, so I did adapt how I've been trading. Not that I adhered to those rules this past week, but it's one of those things. I don't know what's going to happen Sunday night. We're probably not going to see it until probably sometime Tuesday, Wednesday afternoon, how it really takes the market. It's not going to happen on Monday. Too many things. I don't know if they're going to get rid of the whole book. I don't know how it's going to work on Sunday night. I suppose I should call taking the day off tomorrow.
These are CME changes that they've made?
These are the CME changes. CME made max click order now in the 2-year. It used to be you could click in a 20,000 lot. You could do 19,999. I'm just going to round up one contract. So you could click in a 20,000 lot, but you only were entitled time on 1,500. After 1,500, it went into the algo that controls the 2-year. Now that is not the case. Now the case is if I want to turn the market with 20,000, they're all mine. So if I turn the market with 20,000, there's only a 10 lot on the offer. I get the next 19,990 contracts. Wow. So how many people trade that kind of size? I mean, if you've seen what is going on in the 2-year this past week, and the other traders I know that trade the 2-year, and the volatility is there. I mean, we're not seeing these massive 60, 70,000 on numbers anymore.
Right.
Big number is 15,000 right now. If that, I mean, occasionally I guess you see it pop up to maybe 30,000. I wouldn't expect, even on closes. I think today's close, I bet you it was 10,000 by 5,000. If that, nobody's overquoting because people are coming in and was it yesterday? Yeah, yesterday. I mean, some guy just decided at whatever time it was. I forgot when we really started the rally, but they literally bought 8,000 over the course of 8,000 at each tick, 3 ticks in a row over the course of 5 minutes. It was like, boom, buy 8,000. No trade back, no sell back, boom, buy 8,000. You're sitting there, and then like, boom, one more time, 8,000. You're like, all right. I mean, and I actually got caught. I got caught early in the morning at like 15 in the orders. I got caught. I caught the turn. I sold it. I started to buy 15 and a half. So I'm like, these are good. I like these. All of a sudden, it goes 15.7 bid, and there's 300 on the bid. Yeah, 200. I put the rest of my order there. I'm like, okay, I'll get them, no problem. Boom, 16 bid. Boom, 16 quarter. Boom, 16 halves traded. I'm sitting there like, what the shit? Sorry. And
No,
in the meantime, instead of buying the 5-year like I normally would, I was so out of whack. I sold the living piss out of the 5-year. And the 5-year decided, you think the pain in the 2-year is bad? Wait till we'll show you pain in the 5-year. The 5-year rallied like 2 full ticks on it, and I'm sitting there short. So now I got a Texas spread on because I only had 2 on versus 3. But I'm short the 2s and the 5s. Both of them are, in my face. And I couldn't have managed the 5 years any worse. Like, whatever the high of the move was, I reversed.
Ooh.
And I reversed, and as soon as I reversed, it's like they said, hey, reversed. Yeah, time to go down.
Yeah.
I mean, we went right back down. The good news is I only took a quarter tick hit on the 2-year. The bad news is what I did in the 5-year just pretty much set me off for the rest of the day. And then, I mean, it was one of my busier trading days of the year.
So are you generally seeing more volume come across? Is that?
Yes, the volume's insane in the 2 years. I mean, just on average days now, like, in general, how I would prefer to trade volume-wise, I would like it to trade between 150 and 200,000. That gives me the ample amount of opportunities to scalp without over-trading.
Right.
It's the perfect amount, and I know the proper number of trades I should have per day, round turns and everything. And yesterday was like 15 times what I should have been. It was just, insane. And you can't, I mean, it's not, normally it's not bragging I trade so much. I don't want to trade that much because, to be honest, not only is my trading horrible when I do that, I'm costing myself more money because I'm paying more in commissions and I'm not getting any better trades. So it really doesn't serve a purpose when you scalp, when you over scalp so much. I mean, some people can do it much better than others. But I know when I want the proper amount of trades I want to execute a day, I want to get off 40 to 50 trades a day. Based on the size I'm trading now, I only need 6 winners. I want to go 6-0 and 34. That's what I want to do on a day. 34, or 6 net winners.
Right.
Of course you're going to have losers in there, so it could be 8-2 and 32 for all I care. I don't care. As long as I net 6, that's a phenomenal living, a phenomenal day, and that's what I've tried to get back to. But like I said, when the market goes nuts and you have a bad trade or bad 5 trades in a row, you up your size, and it's not something it's not necessarily a good thing.
Just, do you have any thoughts on why this huge increase in volume? I mean, you pointed to PIMCO and Bill Gross's departure from Friday, but it sounds like it's kind of continuing. Just any thoughts or what you're hearing?
It is continuing. I don't know why the volume is, because what I've seen, because I track volume very, very closely, open interest, and the size. So the 30 years is half the open interest of the 2-year, yet it trades more on a daily basis. You get flyers like yesterday, not included, where the 2 years cooked them. But in general, the only time the 2s outtrade the 30s is during the treasury rolls because we have more open interest. But I'm noticing the gap between the 2-year and the 5-year and the 10-year is closing dramatically, whereas the 2 years, a couple days ago, we were at 1.65 million open interest, which is insane for the 2 years. The most I had ever seen it was 1.2 million. And then this previous roll, we got it up into the neighborhood of, we just touched 1.5 on the treasury roll. And of course, you're going to lose after the treasury rolls. People put new positions on, you all dump them, within the X amount of days. But to just cook right through that and get up to 1.65, well, somebody's making long-term bets in the 2-year, and they're taking it away from the 5-year, and they're taking it away in general from the 10-year, because the 10-year open interest isn't that high in regards to where the 2 years are. The 10 years open interest is healthy. I'm not saying the 2 years overtaking the 10-year. What I'm saying, just the relationship between the two, the 2-year last year was a third of the volume. Mm-hmm. We had like 1 million open interest. The 10 years had 3 or 2.8, so about a third. And that's just how it normally was. Now, the open interest in the 2s is even at 1.5. I want to say the 10 years was maybe 2.5. I didn't really pay attention to the 10s today. In general, when I usually shut down and I just concentrate on the 2s. But the 30-year open interest is growing. It's steadily hanging around 900,000. And in general, at this time, they should be at the 700,000 level. The 5-year is definitely lower as well. I don't know if people are playing the long term in the 2s versus the 10s and the 5s. I don't know if that's what it is. I don't know why there's more open interest, but there's a ton of open interest, and it's actually reflecting in C prices, because the C prices for the AM actually just traded 100,000.
Wow.
And for the most part, those things have been dangling in the 70 to 80 range, and that's a 20% jump.
That's huge. That's enormous. Well, I mean, as you've said, you've kind of retired from Twitter. Very happy to have you on today, and would love to have you back at your leisure.
I'll come on anytime.
And let's do this again in a couple weeks, and we'll try to do it a set time and stuff, and when you're not pulled in 7 different directions. But I know, again, I always have the Treasury complex up on my system. And just, I'm just looking at levels more than I'm looking at volume and such. But I think you pointed out some really great things today. Is there any other things that you want to point out today before we cut off?
Just be careful on the unemployment or the non-farm, NFP tomorrow. I mean, in general, I gave up. I'll watch it, and I might come back for a late afternoon trade if I see anything I like. But as I said, it's one of those things that it just gets away from me sometimes. I try to trade it right away, and I'm so much better at evaluating, and like when I watch like 7 different things and I can base a trade off that, I'm like, wait, this is what I want to do right now, at this particular time. And what happens on unemployment, you end up concentrating on one thing, and you watch the 5s run up real quick, and you're like, ooh, I got to buy the 2-year. Well, what you're not really, I'll stop paying attention to the cash or the Eurodollars or something, and all of a sudden they're saying, hey, going anywhere. Not only is the 5-year wrong, but we're going to sell, and then then I'm fast trading, and you make a ton of fast decisions, and then you're playing into the HFT's hands because their decisions are going to be better than yours, super fast. I can pick them off when I have every tool at my disposal, not when I'm just basing it on one thing.
Well, it strikes me, just based on what you said of just about the huge increase in volume, is that tomorrow may be kind of a wacky day within what is normal.
I'm sure it will be. I'm sure it will be a real wacky day tomorrow. I'm going to say with the move, everything today, I'm expecting a low number, and I would expect the bonds to rally tomorrow, but not absurdly low. Maybe I don't know what they're expecting, but maybe I'm sure they're expecting over 2.
Yeah.
So I would expect in the 160s or something. Nothing out of the ordinary. Something within range. But I think it is going to be a wacky day where whatever comes out, like I could see it rallying and then breaking strong. Breaking and rallying fast based on the number. Like I could see an opposite move by the end of the day. The initial direction.
We've seen it. We've seen a lot of those lately. Well, I'd like to thank you, Flip, for joining us. Let's do this again either next week, next couple weeks, whenever you're there. I'm happy to do it. Thanks everybody for joining us. We will be back, and tell your friends this will be available later for viewing. So you can take a look at it tonight. Bye.